Hi, and welcome to Thriver TV, the place to break free from narcissistic abuse with quantum tools and understandings. Flying monkeys is an expression that most people in narcissistic abuse communities know about. And the expression comes from The Wizard of Oz. And we all know about those revolting little characters in that story. And as if it's not bad enough that narcissists are malicious and nasty, we also find that they have an incredible ability to turn people against us to do their bidding. And this can include people we know and people we don't know. And it's horrible beyond measure when it turns out to people we do know who we believe that once upon a time we could trust. And I want you to know that in this episode, I'm going to explain to you how to completely eradicate the flying monkeys from your life, just as myself and thousands of other thrivers have done easily and powerfully. Understandably, because the trauma from people who narcissists have enlisted against us may be really extreme. We can feel devastated and paranoid, not knowing what has been said and what people may do to try to bring us down next. And it may shock us to see how toxic and vehement people that the narcissist have turned against us can be towards us. And this, I want you to know more than anything. Your intense focus on these people and how horrible they are is wrong town. And I know from a human level it's totally understandable, yet in quantum terms it doesn't work, because the more it gets to you, the more they're going to get to you, truly. There is an evolution necessity in this, and that is the graduation into your true self, where you're no longer trying to combat other people, prove yourself, stop them, fight them, or make them think differently. The people who have taken the side of the narcissist are no different than the narcissist, meaning that when you come into your power and release and heal inside you the trauma of what is happening to you, then the outer condition, which is the narcissist and the minions, can no longer exist. You will yin and they will yang. You will be on a different vibrational frequency. So let me share with you my story about the people that the narcissist set up against me, and I'm going to share in relation to an ex-best friend who originally I introduced the narcissist to, and the narcissist nabbed this person and turned them against me. And I was mortified. This destroyed a relationship that had spanned decades before I'd even met the narcissist. And of course, there were all sorts of other people in the narcissist camp, bringing myself and my reputation down. Many of them were brand new people who were the narcissist flavor of the month, and naturally they were bedazzled by his charisma and his charm and his lies. And the thing that most people were told about me was that I was adulterous and I had affairs behind his back and I destroyed our marriage, and this poor man had hung in there through thick and thin trying to save our marriage. And there were people so angry with my terrible behavior that I was being attacked on social media by them, smeared to all and sundry. I was mortified. I was devastated. I was incensed and felt intensely unfairly victimized. And I tried to lash back with the truth about him and what I believed had torn our marriage apart, namely his insane and violent, jealous paranoia, as well, of course, the other general narcissistic craziness. And the more I tried to fight back, the worse the attacks got. I was totally outnumbered. He'd also turned numerous colleagues, other friends, and even family members against me. And the madder and more bent out of shape I got, the crazier and more guilty I seemed. And of course, he stayed narcissistically cool, calm and collected within all of it. I detested these people who were out to discredit me. I was so dirty on them. I was hurt and devastated, as well as feeling lined up, cornered, attacked and annihilated. And little did I know at that time how much this trauma inside me that was fully activated and terrorized was the magnet that was holding all of this in place. And because it was, healing, space, and relief hadn't entered me yet. I was still living in the illusion that life was happening to me and that my state and being was always in reaction to that. I still hadn't graduated to the quantum knowing that life operates through me and I'm the generative force of my own experience and have the ability to take my power back about what is happening, including the flying monkeys. And that what is happening to me can be transformed if I transformed how I am being on the inside about this. When I finally woke up out of the trance and realized the truth, so within, so without, I got to work. I started shifting out all my traumas, the injustice, the trauma, and the terror of what the narcissist had done to me. And I also started working on the trauma of the people he'd enlisted, smearing me and attacking me. When I did, as it always happens when we release trauma, a greater knowing and wisdom replaced my previous resentment, as well as a profound humility. And I realized that narcissists have the ability to lie straight-faced and relay the most terrible things to individuals. And that this is what the average person would think. No grown adult could make up something like that unless it was true. Narcissists also have the ability to act so graciously in it, like they really care about that person and they wanted to support them and do the right thing by them, even though what that person did to them was so horrible. Narcissists are experts in securing support and getting other people to think that they are so nice and so giving that they totally don't deserve to be treated like that. People are inspired to support and back them and defend their causes for them. Generally, these people are not bad people, even though we've seen them and judged them as flying monkeys, as being ugly, hideous, evil creatures with gnarling teeth and black hearts. Yet they aren't. They're actually people like you and me, people who've been hoodwinked, abused and manipulated and used as pawns. And often these people, if they are close enough to the narcissist, will end up being the next on the narcissist's snack list. Pulled in and secured as narcissistic supply, then devalued and discarded like the rest of us. And then lined up with other minions themselves. Truly, there is only two types of people, unconscious and conscious. Those who are awakening and know the truth of life from the inside out and are efforting to live life as their true self, and those living a life driven by their still existing internal traumas and trying to control life and others outside of them to get relief. In the game with narcissists, it's a playing ground for unconsciousness, and everybody involved hasn't woken up yet. Because when we do, we let go, pull away, we've detached, and then we come inside our own bodies to make it about releasing our own trauma. And then the narcissistic abuse trauma and all narcissistic attacks dissolve. If something in our life is still attached and hurting us, then we haven't graduated yet. We haven't learned what it is teaching us yet. The people who do the narcissist bidding are the same, unconscious to the fact that they're being manipulated and used. We may even think these people are narcissists. But really, what would a narcissist have to gain by fighting somebody else's battle? Why would he or she be bothered? A narcissist is much more interested in securing their own agendas rather than someone else's. And a narcissist has to be economical because their life is a vital balancing act between how much energy expended for the payoff for narcissistic supply. They simply do not waste time and energy if there is not a personal payoff, because they can't afford to. So this is something else I realized. Additionally, when I shifted the trauma of the people enlisted against me out of my being, another wisdom entered where that trauma previously was. I profoundly realized I used to be a flying monkey myself. I'd believed the narcissist's lies, and I'd gone to bat against people to defend him, thinking that this poor, giving, loving, incredible man had been so hard done by and terribly treated. I had defended him and attacked people on his behalf. And I realized that I was so passionate about this because of my still existing wounds of injustice that used to cause me to try to sort out everybody else's life. But at that point, I hadn't had the courage to turn inwards and deal with my own inner traumas. Also, my neediness to have him love me, the man I thought was the perfect man for me, meant that I would have moved heaven and earth to try to prove my loyalty to him. Did this make me evil? No. Did this mean I was broken, unconscious, and needed to heal my inner being? Yes. If there is one person here who believes that they are exempt from any of this, that you weren't involved with a narcissist in order to wake up and heal your broken stuff, then by all means point fingers outwards and call people flying monkeys. Because I can assure you those sorts of names and expressions are as much of a way to not wake up, not take personal, powerful responsibility and evolve, as is calling the narcissist derogatory names. We are all here to heal our wounds and return to who we really are. Narcissists at this point of evolution don't choose to do that. The people who were being used and played with as flying monkeys may. And I'll share with you one of the biggest shifts I worked with regarding the flying monkeys. I stopped hating them, labeling them, and feeling terrible about them. Instead, I released that trauma and I brought in seeing them as awakening into their truth and who they really are, namely their inner beings, bringing them back home to their freedom and their authenticity. Not long after that profound shift within me, all attacks stopped. And today, some of these previous flying monkeys are now my most loving and loyal supporters. The narcissist inadvertently, not really, it's quantum law, so within, so without, was exposed to them and they saw the truth and they came to me and apologized profusely. So this, I urge you, drop the expression flying monkeys. It's not serving you or anyone. Come inside and heal instead. So I hope that's helped and you can see the truth of what's really going on here. So come over to the blog. I'd love you to come and let's have a conversation about this and let's have a very honest, open conversation. That'd be great. So the blog is blog.melanietoniaevans.com, and until the next video, keep smiling, keep healing and keep thriving because there's nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.